Welcome back to What the Health on FUBAR Radio with me, Georges Berthonneau. Joining me now in the studio is Brooke Odun, who is PT, nutritionist and gut health practitioner who also runs a faith-based workout session, Pump and Praise. Brooke, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. Appreciate it. How was the journey?
It wasn't too bad. I usually hate driving into London, but it wasn't during rush hour, so it was fine.
You drove, okay.
Yeah.
Risky. We don't like driving around London. It's not the best. Anyway, we're going to jump straight into this, okay? So, can you please kick us off by explaining what Pump and Praise is and how it began?
Okay, so Pump and Praise is the ultimate worship and workout experience. And so if you're not a believer, you might not know what exactly that entails. But essentially, we basically work out to upbeat gospel music. And I think when people hear that, they think gospel, they think, hallelujah. And that is not it at all. If you listen to gospel music that's out now, if you don't pay attention to the lyrics, you think it's just like any other mainstream song.
Okay.
And so it's just a way to get women to look after their bodies and literally just have a good time, praise God, and look after their body, which is a temple.
I love that because it's something very different. And my biggest thing, as I say to people and my clients, is it's about finding something that works for you. Everyone's like, oh, this works best, CrossFit, high rocks, bodybuilding, blah, blah, blah. No, the one thing that works for you is the one that you stick to and that you do time and time and time again, but you also enjoy going to.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, so that's great. Okay, so what would a typical Pump and Praise session look like and feel like? So you said you obviously work out to gospel music. But
yes.
Explain.
I
Go
think
for it.
people see the highlights and they think it's all like, oh, fun and laughing. Yeah. It is a full-on workout to the point that they humble me. So just quick rewind, backtrack story. Yeah. When God gave me the idea to do this, I did not want to do it because I don't actually do bodyweight workouts. I'm a weightlifter. Nice. I'm, the hip thrust and all that good stuff. So the thought of doing like HIIT, star jumps, burpees, forget it.
Yeah, second that motion.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah. No, I ain't trying to do all that. Yeah. It's not cute. It's none of that. So I really was hesitant about doing it, but I just had to be obedient. Yeah. And but essentially, when you come to a Pump and Praise session, at first there's worship, so we listen to like worship music. Okay. And then there's like an opening prayer, and then we literally just start warming up to a gospel track. We do they're not dance routines, but I guess we'll see their fitness, exercise moves to the rhythm of the song. Yeah. If that makes sense. So we do that. Then there's like challenges, there's games. So for women, there's the pull-up competitions, press-up competitions, burpee competitions, prizes are given away. And then after it's just like worship again, closing prayer, and then fellowship, which is essentially just spending time getting to know each other. But it's just a wonderful atmosphere. Like, I know I'm going to be biased about it, but it is really incredible.
Yeah, but you're proud of it. Like you said, God came to you with the idea and you didn't want to do it. And then you were like, okay, I'm going to do it, give it a go. And you did it once. And what was the initial reaction when you did it once?
So, one of the reasons why I'll just backtrack again. One of the reasons I didn't want to do it is, apart from the fact that I'm not into the whole workouts thing, I felt like because I had like my come to Jesus moment last year, I felt like I'd become too Christian for the people who aren't believers. Maybe
quite quickly.
Yeah. Okay. And then for the ones who have been in the faith for a long time, to be like, who is she? Like, what's she doing? So I felt like I had that sort of like imposter syndrome, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
felt like I wasn't qualified, but I decided to do it anyway. So the first time we did a launch, which was April, literally 4 months ago yesterday, we did a launch in April, which was in London. And there was around 30 girls, and I did that with another woman of faith called Zoe Alexandra. Shout out to Zoe, incredible woman. And then there was demand to do classes after that, and I was like, okay, cool. And I did it, and only about 10 girls showed up. And I was so disheartened. I was like, oh my God, no. And I've always said that if I was doing it for money and profit, I would have ended it a long time ago, because we were operating deep in the red. Like the cost of hire out studios and DJ.
It can get expensive.
You have, especially in London. So I was discouraged, but obviously God told me just keep going, and then literally the next one just blew. We sold out literally like a few days before, and then after that there's been demand. Wow. And now we're going to Manchester, Birmingham. Right. Yeah, it's God's been good.
So a sellout is how many people?
It depends on the venue. Okay. We actually did an event at Ealing Wimbledon Church on Friday, and I think there was just under 70 people. For that one, yeah. And you have to be quite mindful of the space in the room, because obviously you need space.
You need to be able to do everything.
You need to be able to do everything.
It's not just a workout. It's, you know, like you said, there's moments of praise, there's the warm-up, there's the challenges, there's, you know, there's the moments at the end, there's a community part at the end. So, wow. So, you know what's really interesting is you saying, oh, there was only 10 people. I think people forget how many 10 people actually is. It's like a classroom. It's like the start of a classroom.
Yeah.
And then you're on 70 people. Well, that's a university lecture hall. That's a lot of people.
That is, do you know what's funny you should say that? Because I had a Bible study call last time, and we're talking about how social media has sort of, what's the word?
Comparison is the thief of all joy. I say this basically every week.
It is. But let's say, for example, you post a picture and you get like 10 likes. You might think, oh my God, it's only 10 likes. But if you walk down the street and 10 people compliment you, you'd be like, God damn, like that's just, exactly. So I think we just kind of, we forget that.
But that's it. That's why, again, I've spoken about social media on here before. I am a big believer of, if I didn't use it for my job, I probably wouldn't have it.
1,000,000%.
Do not care about it, but I have to for my job, and I have to use it for good. I have to use it to encourage people for the right things. I do not post stuff that I do not believe in.
Same.
I've had mentors being like, post this, post that, and I'm like, no. They're like, why? Yeah. And I'm like, because it's not true. It's a lie. I do not want to spread rubbish, because for me, I want to be that person of influence. All I want to do is influence one person.
I literally say the same
One
thing.
person. That's it.
If you've done that, you've done your job.
I've done my job.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, let's go back onto you. So how do you balance the physical workout with the spiritual encouragement during the sessions?
So I always say that the workouts hit different when God is in the room, when the Holy Spirit is your spotter.
Energy's different.
It is just different. Like, you even see it. At first you see the women, they're a bit more, not resistant, but they're just kind of standing there. You can see some of them are not in a moment. And
a bit shy as well, maybe.
Shy. They don't know what to expect. You know, they've just come in. This is a fairly new concept. Like I said, we've only started in April. And by the end of the workout, the sessions, you see the women literally, some are in tears, some are crying, some are giving. It's just incredible. But I think literally by working out to gospel music, period, it's already going to do that, in a sense that I'm very aware and a firm believer that what you consume will affect your life, if that makes sense. So what you listen to, which is why I stopped listening to a lot of secular music, stopped watching a lot of things at all. And I just thought, and that's how I even came to, when I started working at the gym, I started working out to like upbeat, like gym playlists. Yeah. And then I thought, oh, wouldn't it be, like, God put the idea in my heart, but wouldn't it be incredible if we could do that? And lo and behold. I mean,
it's a great idea, because, so I'm not a person of, an individual of religion. I have looked at it in the past. So the question to you is it all religions? Is it a particular religion that you have join you? How does that work in regards?
So I'm Christian.
So you're Christian.
And I will say that or a lot of us believe that's not a religion, it's more of a relationship with God. Yeah, it's a relationship with God. And I had my come to Jesus moment last year. And I said there's a difference between believing and following. Okay. A lot of people believe, but they don't follow. Because if they did their lifestyle choices, you'd see a difference.
I believe in a higher person being, but I don't know what.
Yeah, it's God, honey. It's God. It's God.
So,
but so it's Christian. Okay. So we listen to Christian songs, gospel music from like gospel artists, Afrobeats, R&B, soca, the whole lot. Okay. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so it's predominantly Christian, and well, it is fully Christian. Yeah. That you don't get anyone else that kind of...
but it is welcome to everyone. I always say you don't have to be Christian to come.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a form of exercise. And like you said, it's about the energies in the room and how you feel things. And so, it has a really good place. And I think I go back to my first point, is it's so different. How many women do you think... do you get men as well?
No, it's strictly for women.
Strictly women.
Yeah,
okay.
Strictly
Love
women.
That. Because I don't like the way dudes are towards women in gym environments.
You ain't got to tell me twice. Yeah.
So weird.
And I also believe, do you do personal training? Have you ever done it?
Yeah, I coach.
I was going to say, I always find it, I just don't find it genuine if a guy approaches me to coach them as a personal trainer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like no, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, my biggest thing is I would never approach a girl at my gym to try and chat her up. And people are like, why? Like, you think she's cute. I'm like, yeah, but great. she's here to work out.
Yeah.
I'm here to work out. This isn't a bar. This isn't a club.
It's not.
If I meet her downstairs and she's having coffee, maybe it's different.
Do you know what it is? I think that's the harassment versus flirting argument.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Okay, go on.
So two people can do the exact same thing, and if you find one person attractive, you won't mind. But if you find a person it's like, what are you doing? You're great. But true. If you're into them, listen, I'm telling you, I don't think a lot of girls would mind if you hit them up on the gym. Yeah. But flirting versus harassment.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay, interesting concept.
But I agree with what you're saying.
I mean, everyone asks me to spot them. I'm like, why are you asking me?
You know what they're asking. You know what they're asking.
So, a big community focus, right? Tell me more about the whole community focus. Do you have a WhatsApp group? Do you have a Facebook page? I'm assuming you got Instagram for it as well. Yeah. So how do you build the community? Is it more than just the sessions as well?
1,000,000%. So because it's still a fairly new concept, I was trying to figure out how to go about things. But we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, and the community itself is on Discord.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people are not familiar with Discord, but I do it on there over WhatsApp just because you get creeps on WhatsApp. You might not want to share your personal number and all of that good stuff. So Discord helps with that.
Okay, fine. So Discord is where you guys are. I mean, we'll plug everything at the end. We'll plug the channels at the end and stuff. Okay. So the importance of creating a space for both religion and exercise, does that change the atmosphere compared to like regular fitness classes? Because a regular fitness class, I still think a lot of fitness classes don't actually do that much.
Facts.
Yeah, see, you're in agreement.
Yeah,
you're a coach, you're a PT, you know how it works.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a glorified excuse to be shouted at or make yourself move a little bit more.
Yeah.
But these watches are about anywhere between 20 and 50% inaccurate.
Yeah, they are.
So stop taking them for, I've done 1,000 calories. No, you haven't. You really haven't. Trust me. So, you're not even sweating. So, I'll go back onto what I was saying is, do you feel that there's a big change compared to like a normal fitness class and obviously what you guys do? The structure, yes, very different. The music, very different. The whole thing. So, yeah.
So I do believe there is, in a sense that, firstly, from feedback alone, a lot of women were like, wow, I didn't expect to work out that much. Or a lot of women said this is the first time they've even worked out in years because they don't feel comfortable in the gym.
Yeah.
And I think that's another reason why I curate like a female only environment, just because some women do feel self-conscious training in front of men or just, they just don't have that ability or that confidence.
Yeah.
But in terms of how they're saying, oh my gosh, like I'm aching, or, the stretches, the cool downs, just from start to finish, the testimonies are very compelling in a sense that they speak for themselves, where the women say like, that was a workout. That was a workout.
Nice. And do you do all of the programming yourself? Do you do it with your colleague Zoe?
No. So Zoe's a minister, so she actually just speaks. She's not okay. So I do everything myself, which is why it was such a oh my God, what am I doing? Because I not do fitness classes. Like I don't.
Yeah.
And so
but you know the best exercise, you know the concepts, you know how to PT, you know how to coach. So you probably have a really good idea of incorporating it. It's like, how do I make it work?
Yes.
It's like a car with no wheels or having wheels and no chassis or whatever. Like, you get what I mean? It's like you have the pieces.
Yes, but because they've all been body weight exercises is why I had to really think, okay, what move would go with this song? Because, there's only so many squats and star jumps you can do. Yeah, so it's been challenging, but it's been fun. Okay.
Would you ever look at incorporating weights?
Definitely.
Barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, that whole kind of
shebang. That whole shebang. It's on the bingo cards for sure. Okay,
nice. Do you see physical fitness as a form of worship or self-care?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So the Bible says that our bodies are temples, and I think that's where it actually comes from. They're saying that your body's a temple.
Body's a temple, yeah.
And so we need to look after it both physically and spiritually. And I get on to believers and say, you can quote scripture, but you can't even walk up a flight of stairs without being out of breath. Like you need to be able to practice what you preach. Yeah. But self-care, because I started fitness for very vain reasons. It was self-care. It wasn't this whole faith-based thing. Yeah. It was to look after myself. I gained loads of weight after COVID, so I was like, what is going on?
What is this?
Yeah, so it was to get into shape. But just to be able to realize that your body and workouts are actually worship. Yeah. When you realize that connection, it just changes everything.
And you frame that to community members, people when they're
1,000,000%.
interested, because some people might be like, I don't really like fitness. But it sounds like it's so much more than just doing a workout class.
Definitely. We say we're open to all ages, all backgrounds, all faiths. So I think the oldest person we've had in our class was 70.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Yeah, she was 70.
Oh, I love that.
I know. And my mum saw that. She's like, oh, I've got to go now. I said, girl, you got no excuse.
Come on, Mumsy.
70. Yeah, she's been coming since.
Nice.
And then the youngest we had, she was 8. Yeah. So literally all ages, all abilities. And we also give alternatives for those who can't do something.
Progress, regress. That's the sign of a good coach. What's the vision? What's the vision for Pump and Praise?
Let me not talk too much. No, okay. Do you know what?
Where do you want to see it grow to then? If you don't want to talk about the vision, if you want to, you can.
No. Do you know what? I've had a lot of. I'm very mindful to do things out of obedience and not ambition. Okay. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I want to do this and no.
You don't want to get greedy too soon.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, considering it's supposed to be like every 3-4 months, and now we're coming up to 10 within 6. It's
so
more
cool,
it's more than I can
really
ask for.
Proud of that as well.
Oh no, genuinely, it's been something. Yeah. It's definitely been something. But obviously, even doing it in Manchester and Birmingham, that was not on my bingo card to do it so soon. So people have asked to do it worldwide. So figuring out logistics for that, but also actually doing workouts online for women to follow if they can't make the events. It's actual like YouTube videos they can follow and things like that. Yeah, so actually doing that, because then there used to be one called Sweating in the Spirit. I think it was like back in the 80s and the 90s. And people were like, oh my God, this is like Pump and Praise. And I was like, I'd never seen this. But it was a very similar concept.
Oh, okay.
So literally just doing like home workout videos that people can follow. So,
nice.
Yeah.
So that's the journey. That's what you're looking to do kind of next. Open up that door to people that can't make it as much and people that are further, an idea for you. You can always, make it, you just have a community base where it's like people all over the country, when you're going to different venues and then it's like you're posting it on the group and it's like, here you go, here's your session for the week or today or whatever. And, you build from there really, don't you?
No, that makes complete sense. And just to add to that as well, I've had people reach out to me wanting to do like cycling versions spin class versions. Obviously with weight trainings, I've had a woman ask, what's the term for pregnancy once? And I'm like, yo, I can be doing that.
Well, there's no reason why you couldn't get to that.
Definitely.
You've got the work rate for it. And I think the biggest thing is you mentioned spin classes. I have seen something similar online, looked great. Looked like a real decent vibe.
It did.
I feel like that's something you could definitely cover.
Definitely.
But that is it for questions.
Amazing. Thank you so much for having
Brooke,
me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Super, super interesting and something very different that we don't usually have. So we really appreciate that. Where can people find you online? Tell us about the Discord. Tell us about the Instagram, the TikTok, the Facebook. Plug.
We're literally Pump and Praise everywhere. That's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as well. And the Discord community, that can be found on our link tree, which is again on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn as well. And there you'll find the links for our upcoming events, our Spotify playlist as well, because people are like, oh my God, what was that song? And I'm like, I told you, I said, banger.
Okay, so you do all of that as well.
All of that,
That's
Spotify.
clever.
And yes, the community link as well for the Discord group is also there as well on Linktree.
Amazing. Well, Brooke, thank you so much for your time. You have a great rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks so much.
You too.
So we're going to be answering some of your burning questions. So if you want to get involved, you can DM us at What the Health Show on Instagram. But first, we're going to be looking at some viral health videos, and we're going to be talking about diet. So I have a series of screenshots for different, supposed healthy meals that people have posted online and on TikTok, and I'm going to kind of break them down and see what's good and what's bad and rate them out of 10. So here we go. So I've got a dinner here from Steph. We've got brown rice and quinoa, fantastic carbohydrate sources. Baby spinach, you cannot go wrong, full of minerals along with rocket as well. Cucumber, great for packing out meals, filling out meals, giving it volume, super, super low in calories. Asparagus, aphrodisiac, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you know, you know. Sauerkraut. Now, that is actually I swear that originates from Germany. It's a German food. Equally, very low calories and also really good at volumizing your meals. Carrots, great. If you can't see in the dark, open your eyes. But if you eat lots of carrots, it might help you see in the dark. And finally, tuna. Tuna is a fantastic high protein source, which I would highly recommend. This if this is the kind of food you eat and a kind of meal that you enjoy, I would highly, highly, highly rate this. Probably an 8 or a 9. I would say it's not my preference. I wouldn't eat like this. But actually, I would probably say for the volume versus the macronutrients, micronutrients, and calories, pretty damn good. Like, pretty damn good. So, well done, Steph. Great choice. So we've got a breakfast for a healthy gut, glowy skin, and energy. Well, I've got lots of energy, and my skin is fantastic, so I won't need this one. But anyway, Naveen has gone for tomatoes, feta, eggs or pasteurized eggs, spinach, avocado, nuts, kimchi, green tea, ginger and turmeric, beetroot, and raw cacao. Right, this is a lot. This is pretty great, but this is a lot. I mean, I can see where you're going to get the glowy skin from. So tomatoes, antioxidants, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, for a breakfast, again, not my vibe, but definitely a good option. Eggs, fantastic. Feta, honestly, high protein. Everyone loves a little bit of fromage, so great choice. Spinach again, super good for minerals, very good. You know, look, Popeye is a prime example of why spinach is so good for us. Great in protein as well. Avocado, fantastic source of fats. Probably the one thing that I would say to people, do not obsess too much over, along with the nuts, because nuts and avocado are high in fat. Things that are high in fat taste amazing. Super damn palatable. Tasty. But the trade-off is the macronutrient of fat is a 9-calorie macronutrient, which is super dense. It's actually over double what a protein and a carb is. So technically, tastes great, can't have anywhere near as much, and people do get carried away with their nuts. They're super moreish. They get carried away with their whole avocado on toast. Well, technically, a whole avocado is way too much, like dense in calories. But if you like it, eat what you want. Just understand portion size is super important. Kimchi, gut health. You got the green tea, which is great. Green tea is a fantastic option for metabolism, but also for keeping you kind of away from too much caffeine. So it's a great little option there. You know, ginger and turmeric, great. Beetroot, great. And raw cacao. Again, not my kind of breakfast, but if you like these kind of foods, I would have a large percentage of this, but I probably wouldn't have the kimchi or the nuts for breakfast, you know. But yeah, I would say probably an 8 again. Pretty damn good. So Naveen, well done you. You are a healthy individual. Right, breakfast for, what have we got next? I am just looking. We've got, oh, here you go. We've got steak, eggs, bacon. It looks like 2 pieces of asparagus, 1 tomato, and potatoes. So, potatoes are the most incredible carbohydrate source out there. A white potato, if you buy white potatoes, cut them in half, shove them in an air fryer, fantastic. They are so good. Per calorie or per gram, they are incredible. So potatoes, big thumbs up. Eggs, fried eggs, depending on how you cook them, super good for you. Again, high fat, high protein, super tasty. We absolutely love the earth. I would say a big yes to that. Again, 2 pieces of asparagus. They look a little bit lonely on the plate. I'm not going to lie, guys. Just 2 lonely asparagus. But tasty, aphrodisiac. Tomato. Yeah, great. Again, if it's a grilled tomato, fantastic. Full fat bacon. Big no-no. Big no-no. Just great. Flavoursome. Tasty. We get it. But for 2 slivers of full fat bacon, you could probably get 4, 5, 6 bacon medallions. Bacon medallion is just the circular part of the bacon with no rind. And no rind means less fat, which means less flavour, but you're still getting the protein source and the protein intake. And finally, the steak. What actually looks like a ribeye I think it looks like a ribeye. So it's going to be quite high in fats, but it's super, super tasty. So I would highly, highly, highly suggest. I mean, this is more of my kind of breakfast. I'm going to be real with you. More my kind of breakfast. I would probably be I'm going to give it an 8. I'm giving everything an 8. Am I okay? I think I'm okay, at least. This is apparently Big John's breakfast. So, Big John, BOSH. Right. Next, we've got 2 slices of bread, some cucumber, some tomatoes, some spring onion, and what looks like cottage cheese. Looks a bit sad, not going to lie. Don't think this would nourish a newborn baby, if I'm honest with you, but we move and we would be able to work with it. It's like 250, maybe 300 calories, which is pretty sad. Maybe I wouldn't classify this as a meal. I would classify this as maybe a snack or something to kind of pick at, kind of keep you satiated, keep you full. I mean, I'd switch the bread straight up for maybe a muffin or a bagel or maybe some sourdough toast, because sourdough is the best one. There's a reason why it actually goes off. Again, cucumber, great for filling your abdomen and filling you up. Super low calories. Cottage cheese, great. Going to have some good protein sources. Tomatoes or tomato, potato, patata. Again, great, tasty antioxidants. I'm going to give this more like a 5 just because, yeah, I think it's more of a snack than an actual meal. But hey, that's just me and my preference. And that we have got one more. So we've got a lunch. So we've got rice cake thins, basil, we've got baby spinach, rocket, canned tuna, Swiss cheese, and some cherry tomatoes and cucumber. This is pretty much like the first one to a certain extent. I would rate this. I would definitely give this probably a 7. It's, again, tuna, incredible protein source. You've got some leaves in there, you got your spinach, you got your rocket. They are super tasty, super high in minerals. The cheese, again, gives it some flavor, makes you feel normal because you're actually eating normal people food. The tomatoes, like I said, antioxidants. The cucumber, equally as good. And the rice thins, I think people demonize rice cakes and rice thins. They have done absolutely nothing to us. We should eat them. We should enjoy them and understand that a rice cake is 60 calories, okay? We get larger by eating too many calories. That is the science. It's fundamentally proven. You lose weight if you eat less calories than you burn and your body needs, okay? So if you struggle with calories in versus calories out, you don't move very much. The only way you can manipulate that is via a healthier diet. So having rice cakes, and I'm going to say this honestly, and I'm going to say it with chest, rice cakes will save your life. They are tasty. Put whatever you want on them. Put a little bit of peanut butter on them. Put a bit of creme fraiche. Philadelphia, lightest of light. All of a sudden, it's not a boring rice cake. It's a flavoursome rice cake. And Snacker Jack, you may endorse me. You are fantastic. We love you. Guys, right, that is it from me today. Just a roundup of the show, and a thank you to the guests for their time. A massive thank you to Charlie, and not Chris. Sorry about that again, Charlie. And Brooke, who have joined us today. Very relevant topics and super knowledgeable guests. So thank you again for joining us. A quick reminder for you guys to download the app and listen each week. You can follow us on social media. We are What the Health Show on Instagram. Also, if you're wanting some health with your help with your health and fitness journey, I do provide a top-tier coaching service which separates me from the rest. Real support, real hand-holding, real achievable results. So if that's something you'd like to discuss, then please reach out to me at Georges Berthonneau on Instagram. Just a massive thank you. I will be back next week at 11 a.m. for another jam-packed show. I'm Georges. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Love you. Bye. BOSH.